Podketeers.
I'm gonna print a He-Man sword. Yeah.
By the power of Grayskull! That thing, right?
I haven't decided if I'm gonna do, because he's got a sword and he's got an axe.
Sword.
But I also, the sword would be cooler.
And my
But
axe.
I also kind of want to do Skeletor's staff. So I haven't really decided which one I want to do, but
what about
soon.
Skeletor's head?
It would be fun. I have a model
Like
for
you put it,
so
you
I
like
could
put it on your face, and you could be like, He-Man.
He-Man.
You just wear a hoodie. That's it.
I could.
Except he's gonna be played by freaking Jared Leto in the stupid movie. We can't have anything nice.
But it doesn't look like him.
Yeah, but it's gonna
And it
sound
doesn't
like
sound like
him,
him.
and it's gonna act like him.
I had to catch
So
myself
I'm
there.
just gonna say it's gonna be him. It's just gonna be like the Hatbox Ghost, where there was no reason to have him as the Hatbox Ghost. I will die on this hill.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'll join you there, too.
Jared Leto sucks, and I'm not afraid to say it. That's the way to start the podcast, right?
You know what? I'm glad that you mentioned Haunted Mansion,
Spicy.
because I have some mansion stuff to show you. Do you want
Yeah,
to
is
see
it
some
better?
Haunted
Does
Mansion
it
stuff?
not feature Jared Leto?
It does not, actually.
Sweet. I'm game.
This first one is actually... it's actually a couple of tattoo designs and a cake that, as I was going
Tattoos
through
and
my
cake?
feed, they came up. I thought these were absolutely chef's kiss. The first one is by the user is Brandon Bear Tattoos. Let me bring this up here, and let me play this video. I'm not gonna play the audio because it is Mansion audio, but
Okay.
somebody
Now do the
asked,
Haunted
now do
Mansion.
Mansion, and this is his
Swiping.
tattoo.
Oh my
And it's
God.
like
of
Leota, and then like a doom buggy with a skeleton that looks scared, and then the Hatbox Ghost is peeking out the side, and a tombstone that says "Welcome,
And she
foolish
has
mortals."
stars in her hair. This
Stars,
looks
and you got the
cool.
bat stanchion at the top, spider webs, all kind. It looks. You can see above on the knee.
You can
She's
see
got a
the
Mickey
Mickey
pumpkin.
The Mickey
Yeah.
Pumpkin, yeah. I will say that the way that they designed around Leota with the bat stanchion and having kind of that like halo effect with like the lighting behind Leota and then the stars just gives it a lot of character. So
Yeah.
I think this was
Yeah.
a great design.
That's awesome.
The other one is
Did
obviously
we just forget Hatbox Ghost behind it?
I said it. I listed
you
everybody
did?
that was there. I did.
but don't worry. Let's
The notorious
look at
HBG.
boom, Notorious HBG. Look at this. This one is by
Wow.
m.r.tattoos89.
That's the Hatbox Ghost.
Where
It
are
just
they
literally looked like they
located?
printed a picture
Right?
and
Yeah.
stuck it on their arm.
This is
Except
so
Look
detailed.
at the
In-
eyes, though.
But
The eyes look...
good.
so
Oh my
in the
gosh.
Hatbox itself, like the
Does-
eyes look like a cartoony, like a puppet or something,
Doesn't
I
it
don't
look like the
care.
Cheshire Cat though?
or something. Yeah, it might be. Is it the Cheshire
It
Cat?
is, because look at
with
the
the big
smile.
smile.
Oh.
I saw this one and
Dang it. I love it. I love it.
I personally I love seeing people's tattoos, but I'm not the type of person to get a tattoo. In my life, I've considered it maybe like 3 times. And the very first time I remember considering getting a tattoo is when I first got into Magic. It was it was before there was all sorts of these custom decks. Like now, as a collector, there's way too many decks. I just can't afford everything. There's like way too much stuff. But at the time, there was a company named Illusionist, which I think is still around, but they released something called the Ghost Deck. And the Ghost Deck has this like amazing looking ace. It was super ornate. Let me see if I can quickly find the Ace of Spades from the Ghost Deck. This one's it right here. So I'm gonna bring this image up. Hold on, the browser is being fussy. All right, here we go. So this image here, this is the Ghost Ace of Spades, and this is a bad image because I think they mess with the contrast on it, but it's much more detailed than it is here.
You said that
and
wrong.
So, the what? What did I say?
Ace of Spades.
Oh,
You gotta do
sorry.
it again.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of Motorhead in me right now, but this was the very first tattoo I actually considered getting. Like because I was so into magic, this is what I wanted to get, and ultimately I just decided not to. I didn't think I was going to be fully happy
out.
with it. I didn't think I was going
No.
to be happy with it. That's what it was.
I don't have any tattoos. I'm the
And-
biggest chicken on the face of the earth.
Oh, here, actually, this is a better one. Right here. This one shows a little bit more of the
There
detail.
we go. It's
Still a
like-
bad scan, but still, like, bad. But there's, like, a hand with, like, a lady angel or something like that here.
And
And
there's
also-
like
Anyway,
yeah.
back to the Hatbox Ghost.
There
So,
it is.
that was the first time. This is, like, the third or fourth time I've ever thought, I want this on my body.
Do it. Just do it.
Like, this is so good. It's so detailed. I would probably change the face inside of the box. Like, I would probably have them put my face in it or something.
You want a tattoo of your
like a
face on you?
Listen,
Why
Steve-O
not?
did it. Steve-O did his whole body with the thumbs up.
Yep.
Like,
I
why
guess
not?
that's true.
Like, if it was like a version of me as the Hatbox Ghost, I think that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, I think this was just absolutely fantastic.
That's sweet.
And then the last thing I want to show you, also mentioned related, is this amazing cake by a user. I don't know how to say this, but it's KACLEJRLRAJ. Oh, it's Casey Junior Iraj, I guess. Anyway,
oh
this is
my
it.
gosh.
Wait, she goes through the process though.
The colors.
Is it like a stretching cake?
They go
No,
through the
okay.
process of actually how they decorated it.
It's my guys. It's the singing bus.
So
It is.
basically, you're looking at a cake with the grungiest colors you could think
It's
of.
like gray
the greens,
and green,
the
and
mint.
teal.
Wow.
They're making
love-
like all
oh
of
my
the
gosh,
like
the
it's like
details.
bannering and like
Yeah.
all this stuff, columns and things, grass, and then my guys. Well, no, those aren't my. Oh no, those. Sorry, I thought they were singing bus. It's the hallway bus.
It's the hallway busts.
That's still good.
It's
Still
awesome.
good. Wallpaper, tombstones.
Wow.
But I also love how there's like all these little green squigglies,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Which if you saw them on anything else don't look like they're adding any form or function to the cake.
Right.
But when you see it together with the
Right.
way that they created like the
Divine.
layering of the curtains and
Right.
everything, man, it just adds so much. Like, it's such a dynamic element that this just looks amazing as well. So I want one of these cakes.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
And the problem is I don't know if I'd be able to eat it.
I wouldn't eat it.
You have to like just like spoon out the
Maybe-
middle.
Yeah. Maybe.
Or maybe with one of the tombstone sides, just cut there and
But
leave
look-
the
Yeah,
rest.
These look super well
Oh.
detailed as well. Like,
Yeah,
the,
that's all
the
like
care,
hand done.
Yeah, the care that this took to make it look. What are these called? These flourishes? Do they have a specific name?
I don't think so. I think
I
they
mean,
all
I,
have-
I,
Well, we
I
could
heard you
say
can buy
whatever
them at
looks like
Home
the
Depot
damask.
and you could spray paint them gold or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
just like a
these are
wooden
black.
accent. Yeah. Well, and like the bust, those are drawn on like rice paper or something, and then
Yeah.
cut out and stuck on. Like it's great.
Here's more of the top as well. So
The only thing that would be, you could make that cake, you could eat it, but your mouth is gonna be,
it's gonna be
Black.
all sorts of black and purple and
yeah.
all weird colors. Yeah,
You're
it's
just-
gonna be that
it's-
color for like days. People
Yep.
are gonna look at you and they're gonna think you.
It's
have
gonna
some,
be like when you
weird-
ate, when people ate that like Burger King cheeseburger with the black bun.
Yep, and yep. And then don't be scared. A few days later, when you go to the restroom, you're not dying. Just saying.
That's funny. So yeah, that's the Haunted Mansion stuff I wanted to show you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good. I saw a bunch of really cool stuff, but those were the ones that really stood out. So, let's see. Got a handful of things on our
Uh-huh.
list to talk about today. I do want to ask you something because you brought up something that I was curious about.
Oh,
because you didn't
okay.
give us much detail about it.
Oh, okay.
Can you please talk about this French fry apocalypse?
The French fry apocalypse, coined by some person on Reddit, apparently. This has been going on for about a month or so, maybe a little longer, but I'm just getting to it. So I don't know. Forgive me, listeners, watchers, viewers, everybody, if you've already been living through the French fry apocalypse, and I'm just getting to it. But the short story of it is, at the Disneyland resort, they have removed all the types of French fry besides regular French fry. There's one kind of French fry across every restaurant that carries any kind of fried potato. So, Award Wieners had like the film strip fries, which is the one people talk about. Flo's had steak fries. Smoke Jumper's Grill had crinkle cut fries. Red Rose Tavern had tater tots. All of those are gone. And they are all the same, Cisco frozen fries that every cafeteria.
Is it the crinkle cut fries?
No, they got rid of those too. They're just like the plain.
So they're just this plain standard ones.
Standard, the ones that you get at like
Are they the thick ones at least, or like?
Nope, they're the thin McDonald's the worst fries they have. They've taken every unique fried potato from every restaurant and replaced them with French fries, including at Red Rose Tavern. There would be like a breakfast bowl thing that the base was tater tots. The breakfast bowl's base is now French fries.
Oh wow!
it's
Who
bananas.
French fries.
Wow.
Like what? Why? There's
is like
so
one
many
of
other things to worry about in the parks. Why French fries?
This is like one of those
What?
sign of the times thing where they're really trying to pinch pennies, I guess. I'm assuming that this is like a Disneyland resort operations choice. Like, I don't think this is coming from higher up of saying like, you got to get rid of the tater tots. You got to get rid of the film strip fries. It's got to be like whoever's the president of food service was told, you got to cut your cost down by this, and they go, well,
So then,
tater tots were costing an extra penny per serving, so if we switch them all to regular French fries. So Josh tomorrow, we need you to address the French fry apocalypse.
why isn't okay? I say we just throw this rule out into the world. How is it that the person that makes the decision to do this, to penny pinch, why don't we just take that money from your, salary?
Why don't we just fire you instead?
Right. If we really need a penny pinch, why? You're downgrading the
just raise the price
experience.
1 penny. Just do that instead.
Yeah.
That's the problem too, that they
so
seem to
dumb.
raise the prices for the wrong things, and
Right.
where it really matters, where people would be like, yeah, I'll pay an extra penny or two for that one.
Right.
They just don't even consider it. So that's weird, man. I had no idea this was going on.
So that's the French fry apocalypse. It's a ridiculous name that people have been calling it.
No, it makes sense. I agree
but
with this.
It's pretty funny to call it the French
Hash
fry
browns or
apocalypse.
tater tots.
The other one
heck?
was in Toontown at Daisy's Diner. They used to have handmade chips, like potato chips. Those are also French fries now.
Wow.
Just everything's French fries. Just regular Galactic Grill, French fries. Like, I think Hungry Bear or Country Bear Barbecue Jamboree
used to have barbecue ribs. Now it's just French fries.
Now it's just French fries.
They used to have funnel
They got
cake.
rid of
Now it's just
popcorn
French
and they
fries.
replaced the popcorn with French fries. You can get a Mickey popcorn bucket full of French fries. Now, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I would be okay with
Didn't
that.
they do that with the McDonald's when it was in Frontierland?
Yeah, they
Couldn't
should
you
bring
buy,
that
a
back.
Bucket of fries?
Bucket of fries. Come on. But not these bad fries. I want, good fries.
I want a bucket of barbecue like they used to have at the barbecue.
Thunder Ranch.
The Thunder Ranch, yeah. I think that would be good again.
There needs to be a food renaissance that happens at Disneyland. Like the middle of the road food has gotten so bad. It's ridiculous. Like like everything that's like the like counter service, quick service stuff is just like turning into mush and all the same garbage. Like no restaurants are unique anymore. There's 3 kinds of restaurants. There's restaurants that serve fried chicken, there's restaurants that serve pizza, and there's restaurants that serve hamburgers. And that's basically it. Like, there are some variations here or there. Like, the pizza place also serves pasta or whatever. But that's, unless you're going to one of the few places that are holdouts, it's still, it's rough out there.
Just get a lunch bag that's insulated and go grab some good burgers from across the street or something. Bring it in.
Welcome to
you can
Good
still
Burger
do that.
Home.
Do they still let you bring stuff in though?
It just it can't be a hard-sided this and a like there's all those size rules, but I think if it fits, like you could just put a McDonald's cheeseburger in your purse and.
So you can't walk in with like just the McDonald's bag and like
I think you
McDonald's
can
cup.
Yeah.
I thought they made you eat that at the picnic area.
No, it's just if you have a cooler, you have to keep that at the picnic area. I believe those are the still rules. I have to look it up. It's been a while.
Just
Anybody out there that
there.
has tried to just bring in McDonald's from across the street or,
Actually, that's the worst McDonald's to go to because they're so expensive because of location.
They don't even do the coupons in the app.
No, that's the worst.
I don't know.
One.
I have no idea.
I stopped using the McDonald's app, so
I just know back in the day when if I'd ever go there, they didn't do when McDonald's still had the dollar drink. They didn't have the dollar drink. They were individually priced the drinks.
Yeah.
McDonald's is so expensive right now.
Yeah, McDonald's. Let's not go. It's fine.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, can I talk about something else that's totally expensive?
Yeah.
We actually talked about this a week or 2 ago. The Topps cards that they were going to be releasing for the Disneyland 70th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little confused here because when they first announced them, they were on the Topps website. They had a few different options that you could purchase. They had like the single packs, and then they had like a $25 box that had maybe like 8 packets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the 120. Was it $120 or something?
Something 125, 100.
Yeah, like 120, 125, and it had like 12 packs inside of it. That was like the big one. And so normally when new cards are released, a lot of the collectors tend to go for those big boxes because they're always guaranteed to have one of the chaser cards. That's just kind of how it always works out. So when I first learned about it, I set an alarm and I was ready to go. Sadly for me, I was at work that day. Like I had to be in person as part of this big meeting that we were having. And when they were released, like we were just getting started at work. So I couldn't jump on my phone and quickly buy this. By the time I had a chance to go on the Disney site, on the Disney Store site to buy them, they were gone. Or the Topps website rather, they were gone. At the time, the only one that was available was the $25 one. Mm-hmm. And I figured, all right, I'm going to try to get a couple of these, added a couple of them to my cart, and then it said that I had to set up an account to buy them. Like, I've never had to set up an account to buy something from any website at all. Like, usually you just, at the end of the transaction, you check out as guests, and at the end they say, do you want to save this, create a password? Right. But this one, it made me, or it said it wanted to create an account before I even placed the order, which I thought was super weird. Went through the process. By the time I was done, they were sold out. So by the time the creating the thing, I couldn't even buy them. So I was bummed out, and I figured, all right, well, I'm going to get a second chance because I think these are going to be released in the parks. They're going to be at Downtown Disney at some point. From what I remember, the release date was going to be March 13th, 14th.
Something like that, yep.
Today or yesterday-ish, people are posting, hey, these Topps cards are now available at Downtown Disney.
We're still in February.
We're in February. And on top of that, DisneyStore.com also posted the big box of the 12 packs or whatever the big one was for $150, which was already more expensive than the Topps website.
Right.
Yeah.
And at least from what I remember, could have been the same price. I don't know. So I looked at the box and I thought, do I really want to spend $150 on these cards? And I couldn't convince myself to get them.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that at Downtown Disney they were going to have them, but they had smaller boxes at Downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that they had, let me see if I can find. I thought I had an image of it by itself. Oh, here's an image of it. Hold on a second. I think this was a video actually posted by an account called Mama Breaks over on Instagram, and the Topps Pop account, which was promoting the Topps cards, also reposted it. So let me quickly share this because they go through a little bit of an unboxing with this. So here, you see the full box. They're just going through.
That, I think, is the 12 box.
This is the 12-pack box, yeah.
Yeah.
But they had what looked like smaller boxes as well. So I don't know if it was the same one that had like the 6 or 8 or whatever the $25 one was on the Topps website as well. But like I said, most collectors will go for this large box because they get chaser cards usually. That's kind of how it works out. So there's these cool hollow ones. I don't know if that's one of the collector ones. But yeah, there's some cards in here that I think I would really like to collect. There's other ones that I just think are, I don't want to call them throwaway cards. This one's pretty cool. But for me as a collector, I think some of them are kind of throwaway designs. But the posters of the attractions and stuff like that, I think were the ones that I wanted to collect. Obviously, the signature cards with the Imagineers and stuff would also be great. And then, Andrew, you sent this to us also from the Topps Pop account. They announced these things called Enchanted Relics, which aren't even a part of the set yet. Apparently, these are going to be like out later. These actually I kind of dig though.
Yeah.
I don't know what your first thought about these were.
Well, it's like interesting, like it's a piece of a Disney dollar, like this one is, but like some of the other things, like it's kind of cool, like to have like, I think there's like parts of costumes and different things. Like it's kind of just like the piece of history pins, but in a card form factor.
Yeah. So these
Space
are like
Mountain
from the
cast
patches
member
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Disney dollar.
Do you think that people
Buzz Lightyear,
like newer Disney fans know what a Disney dollar is?
I mean, if you've done any like,
why don't you give us a clippable tidbit about Disney dollars, Andrew?
Well, I actually did a segment on Disney dollars on an episode of Quizneyland in the past. I'm pretty sure because there were a bunch of different like specialty like designs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to stall to see if I could find the episode where I mentioned that.
Well,
but
I have if you want, I could go ahead and
sure,
fill in.
Yeah.
So I've been looking for the price and I can't find it anywhere because I'm so curious to how much these cards are going to be. Because I was looking to see, okay, let me see how much a Disney dollar is currently on eBay. Because you know how that's like a give and take of what things may be. So
yeah,
it's interesting that I can't find a price for it yet. So I guess they're just announcing it. I'm assuming they're going to be pretty like a pretty penny, especially considering they're using cast member costumes and parts of it and stuff. But I would like to know because right now I found like a Disney dollar going for like 49 bucks. Uh,
Yeah,
The
because
one
they're
dollar
out
or
of
one?
maybe
print.
less. Huh?
Is it a $1 one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
there's
mean,
of
I
course
can't.
there's a
Yeah.
few that are like you have to put bids on it, unfortunately.
Sure.
But
yeah.
I can't find my information on the Disney dollars, but to sum up,
mm,
let me explain. Let me sum up.
explain.
Explain. Before gift cards existed, there was this thing called Disney dollars. Basically, Disney made their own currency. They came in, I think, 1, 5, and 10. I think were the denominations. And they had originally Mickey was on the 1 and Goofy was on the 5, or you could get all kind of different like iterations of characters. You had like the castle on the back, and then you would buy them like as a gift card basically, and you could
Yeah.
spend them at the Disney store. You could spend them at the parks, stuff like that. They then started making like tie-in ones for like Pirates of the Caribbean or what have you, like when movies were released. And I think they were discontinued in like 20 was it
14.
like 20 oh I was gonna say 2012
2014.
2014 they
Yeah.
stopped printing them. Now they do still accept them. They are still legal tender at the Disney parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you do have a Disney dollar, you'd probably be better selling it on eBay because it's usually worth at least double the face value depending on what it is, or just keep it for a while. It's one of those things that'll go up in value, especially if you're
Yep.
keeping it in a dry, cool place in the dark. You'll have a good investment there on your Disney dollars, because when those dollars were like turned in and spent, they were basically like disposed of.
Destroyed.
Yeah,
They're
destroyed.
yeah.
They were like taken account for, then destroyed. So there's only so many of these that are left from people that hadn't spent them or just collected them to collect them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I think I
a
still
world
have some
before
of
gift
ours.
cards.
I remember. I don't remember when I bought them, but I think I bought at least 2 in every denomination when they
Mhm.
had them available, and they're like somewhere in our storage. But yeah, they were super cool, man. They like the design was really good. It was the brainchild of Jack Lindquist, who was running the parks at the time back in like 80, 87, 88 is when they debuted, right? Like
It
87 or
sounds
88.
about right. I'm still trying to find my notes.
So yeah, I mean the whole idea of having I think he called it currency with character is what the tagline was. But yeah, they were super cool. I wish they had something similar today. But as Andrew said, if you have some, don't use them. Like they still
No.
work as currency. Like these are genuine collector's items. These are the type of thing that like as we go more into like Disney history, like these are going to be on auction blocks at some point
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
because they're only increasing in value because like Andrew said, if you happen to use them in the parks, they're just going to destroy them, right? Whereas other things they tend to hold on to or they put them in the archive. I'm sure that they have some Disney dollars in the archive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
If you use them as currency in the parks, they're just going to destroy them. So it's not worth it. Just don't
It-
have the churro.
Or
there
just
was
spend
like
it with cash.
Yeah.
there was a
Or
few
sell it
I
on
saw
eBay to get some
that
money.
were actually graded.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could get them graded.
I didn't either. And if you do
You can
that,
get
that's
almost
like your
anything graded now.
Huh?
You can get almost anything graded at this point.
Yeah, but it depends on how good it is, though.
Yeah.
Well, isn't today Pokemon Day? Like, aren't they
It
releasing
is.
like? Yeah.
Happy
So
30th.
well, there you go. Now, since we're talking about grading, happy Pokemon Day. I guess it's the 30th anniversary.
To you and
What a
yours.
transition.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, these enchanted relics I think are going to be super cool, but I think you're right, Mel. As far as the Disney dollar one is concerned, obviously that one's probably going to just be cheaper to collect the Disney dollar than the amount of money that you're going to spend chasing one of these cards, especially
Yeah.
considering that I the first one that we saw was it was the Mickey one. It was the Disney dollar, but it said one of five.
I
So
saw
I don't
that
know
too.
if it's one of five Disney dollar cards, like the entire
Or it's
the
a
all the
one
ones they
fifth of
made
a
is
section.
five. Or it could be, right? It could be like one of
Oh.
five that complete like a set of these enchanted relics, but it doesn't make it clear. And when I went back to the other images, they had like the little patch of It's a Small World. That one didn't have the one of five or two of five or anything like that. So, for at least visually, it looks like there's only going to be five cards with a Disney dollar piece inside of it for
Mhm.
the entire world to collect. These are
There you
like
go.
golden Willy Wonka tickets at this point,
Right? Sounds
because
like
they're gonna
it.
be so scarce. None of
I
the other cards
yeah.
had that numbering on them either. Sorry, go ahead.
But they could have been one of one at that point for some of
I know
those.
that there are supposed to be some one of ones in there,
Yeah.
and I think we read some of the odds the day that we were talking about it
Right.
originally. But it's I don't know, like these costume the cast member costume pieces. I've seen other collector bases do stuff like this where
Mhm.
you can get a piece of like a baseball team's uniform
Right.
or stuff like that. So
Well, especially if it's
it's
like
not
a
unheard of.
retired thing. Like I'm sure they
Right.
you know
Right.
somebody bought them up before or whatever. I did find it's episode 48 of Quizneyland. There's a question
Okay.
on
Oh,
Disney
okay.
dollars. The question is, what are the only 3 attractions to be featured on the front of a Disney dollar?
Do 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 do.
I was like, this is where I come with the hint. They were all attractions at Disneyland.
Dun. I'm just gonna fast forward to it.
There you go. Anybody have a guess? Do you want to know?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was too
What-
busy doing the music.
What are the only 3 attractions to be featured on the front of a Disney dollar? Like in the space where like Mickey would be.
Space Mountain,
Okay.
I would have thought Big Thunder.
the Mark Twain, and
not
the castle.
not the Mark Twain and not the castle. And the castle I wouldn't call an attraction. But the castle's on I think on the back of most
You tell
of
the
them.
walk through that.
Sure. So
It's,
It's
a
on the
small
map.
world.
it's not It's a Small World.
Really?
Was I okay with Big Thunder?
Big Thunder is one, Space Mountain is
Okay.
one.
the railroad?
Nope.
Splash.
There you go.
They're all
Nice.
mountains. Okay.
Hmm,
Oh.
Mountains.
Okay.
makes sense.
And then my thing here says Disney dollars were first used in Disneyland on May 5th, 1987, and Walt Disney World at Epcot in October 2nd, 1992. Disney started using the script for Mickey Mouse's 65th birthday in 1993. Every Disney dollar was signed by Treasurer Scrooge McDuck and had an image of Tinkerbell on the front. Disney dollars were created with anti-counterfeiting measures such as microprinting and reflective ink and imprinting on the front and back of the bill to deter scanning and copying. In addition, the bills are printed with serial numbers and letters which are unique to each bill. The dollars have small bits of glitter scattered on them. Disney stopped distributing and printing the currency on May 14th, 2016. However, they still accept them. The attractions on the front of Disney dollars are from the last run, which was released in 2014. Characters to appear on the front of Disney dollars include Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Simba, Donald, Snow White, Tinker Bell, Chicken Little, Dumbo, Stitch, Aurora, Ariel, Cinderella, Daisy, Pluto, Captain Hook, Ursula, Maleficent, and Cruella de Vil.
Now
So there
say
you
it 3
go.
times fast.
No.
That's cool, man.
There you go, a little
So-
mini Quizneyland segment. There you go.
So there
Yeah.
you go. If you own any Disney dollars, hold on to them. Don't use them. Frame them. That now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's what I should do with them. Maybe I
Keep
should
them in a
frame
cool,
Guard
dark
them with
place.
your life.
Oh, so don't display them.
I mean,
So
if
I
you
mean-
don't want them to fade,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
keep them in
And
like
you-
a book.
Yeah, I think I have them in the original envelope that they sold them to you in.
No,
That's
Hopefully
perfect.
they're not all stuck together at this point.
it's paper. They should be fine.
I hope
You never
so.
Not
know.
if it's sealed.
You never know if that glitter is
Yeah,
gonna
the
stick
glitter.
to each other. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. All right. Well, we have a few other things that we wanted to talk about, but before we do, I want to take a quick break so we can thank a very special group of listeners and viewers known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP, because on that page you'll find some information about what the FGP Squad is all about. You'll find a list of some of our top contributors, a link to our Patreon. But in short, being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks, like access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon. There is random giveaways, discount codes for new Podketeers gear, a special section of our Discord, and more. So if you're interested, head on over to podketeers.com/FGP. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, it's a great time to tell you about podketeers.com/links. Why? Because it's a one-stop shop for all your Podketeers linking needs. On that page, you're going to find our latest episode, a link to the Disneyland playlist. If you're not subscribed to the Podketeers feed, what are you doing? Go subscribe, because you also get Disneyland and you get fun facts like the one Andrew just shared about Disney dollars. So go sign up for it. Go listen to all the episodes. Stream them in the background while you're working on stuff. They're fun. You'll also find any fundraisers that we're running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie. Of course, a link to the FGP Squad, an invite link for our Discord community. If you're not signed up already, we'd love for you to join us there. We talk about all sorts of stuff, Disney, of course, included, but we talk about tacos and donuts and anything that really tickles our fancy that day. So, yeah, join us over on Discord. You'll find, of course, a link to our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, we're trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of 2026. So if you could help us out with all those Google accounts that you own, I know you have a bunch of them. I know all the emails that you have on your phone. I don't know what they are personally, but I know you have like 20 of them. So go sign up, go subscribe, help us out, hit a few likes on there, leave some comments maybe. Positive things, of course. But yeah, go help us out on YouTube. We're trying to reach 1,000 subs. And of course, you'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. So podketeers.com/links, hit a bookmark, set it on your desktop if you're on your PC, on your Mac, or whatever, on your phone. It's a little shortcut icon, because I guarantee you that it's going to update at least once a week. Why? Because every week the new episodes are posted. So go, set it up, use a bookmark. Now let's get back to the show.
You say PC and Mac, but you got to remember all those Linux freaks out there.
All of them. Which, listen, if you're on Linux and you're doing stuff, leave a comment. Tell me what distro you're on, because I'm considering moving over to Linux, and I just don't know which distro to use. I know that there's a lot of them.
Ubuntu is something like that. That's a thing.
Yeah,
right?
but I know that there's a lot that are actually cater to look like Windows and function very similar to Windows. If you're a Linux user, leave a comment. Let me know which one I should try out.
And I called you Linux freaks with love.
Hey, Mel, before we move on, tell us a little bit about what's going on with this.
Yeah,
What are
2 weeks.
those?
Oh my gosh, it's already 2-week mark.
For CritterCon.
CritterCon is coming up, and that's going to be fun. I did talk about it last week, and I'll talk about it again. I've been saying this from maybe day one of knowing that I was going to be there. It's going to be fun. You don't want to miss out. There's going to be different animals. We're going to have somebody talking about them. There may be different creatures to meet, and when I say my meet, you may be able to touch them, maybe hold them, whatever whatever you're comfortable with.
Can I
There's
hold a
gonna be a lot of
Sasquatch?
vendors.
Is there going to be one of those there?
Oh,
So what?
buddy, I'll give you a hug when I see you.
Oh, okay. I said, can I hold a Sasquatch? Are they going to have one of those there?
If you could find one.
Okay.
Ah.
um, there's going to be many of us creating different art pieces, different things, um, really cool stuff. There's going to be a mini art gallery that's Animal Crossing based.
Ooh.
And I mean, it's just a fun time. Pretty much, we're all there to just raise money for, different wildlife rescues, different rescues that we're familiar with. And pretty much all the money goes to that. Well, not. Hold on. Let me backtrack. Money that's from ticket sales go to them. Us as artists, we want to raise as much so that we could donate, at least 10%, which we end up doing more than that because why not? Why not? We love animals. We love raising money for good things. And yeah, pretty much that. Oh, and it is, I don't think I said the date, but March 14th from 12 to 8, Boys and Girls Club in Stanton. About 15 minutes away from Disneyland. If you just take Catella all the way down, you'll see it. So one street, all the way down, you'll see us right there on the left. If you're coming from Disneyland, if not, you'll see us on the right. So yeah,
I love it. It was
I'm
super fun.
excited.
Like I said, I mentioned in the last episode, it was super fun. Just seeing, not just all of the artists that were there. Again, I showed up too late to enjoy any of the Sasquatches that were there to like hold on to or anything. But meeting some of the artists and seeing some of the stuff that they put together. Obviously, seeing you was super fun there. Our pal Jill was there as well, so that was super cool. But yeah, I'm hoping to make it down to this one as well. And I don't know if I'm gonna hold anything, but I'll take pictures. We'll see how that goes.
I'm hoping to do that again. I really am.
Yeah, what'd you hold? An armadillo and like a koala, and what else did you hold?
Tarantula?
Tarantula.
A tarantula. That
And
was
it was
fun.
is it tarantula and a possum? Is that what you had
That's
last
what it
time?
was, a possum.
Right.
Honestly, the one thing that I've always considered wanting to hold that I've tried to seek out is a sloth. I don't know why, but I've seen people holding sloths, and I think I saw Kristen Bell holding a sloth once, and I thought that just looks super fun.
Yeah.
So
I've
maybe one
looked
day.
into this, and there's a place two or 3 hours away from me that like you can like
Slothville?
hang out with sloths.
Stop.
It's like a
USA?
rescue. Yeah, I mean it's Slothville, USA. I don't remember the place. I was looking it up for as like a gift for somebody.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, there are places out there, rescues and stuff that have different animals that you can go hang out with.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right. Sweet. All right. Speaking of shows, I just need to ask you this one. Are you gonna be able to make it to the Walt Disney Family Museum? Because I heard little birdie told me maybe a little Idol, maybe a little Sala, I don't know, maybe a Tony Baxter even mentioned that there was gonna be an Indiana Jones show at the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Yeah, that's happening, and I'm sad about it. It's gonna be at the
What?
Walt Disney Family Museum. Tony Baxter is doing a talk on the making of Indiana
Aw.
Jones, Temple of Forbidden Eye. It's on a day where I have something that I literally cannot miss.
Oh,
50th anniversary party for the theater I work at. It's kind of
well, they
important.
can move that.
I'm part of the planning committee and all this stuff.
Then
I
you
can't.
can move it as part of the PCC.
One night.
You can move it one night. Be like, you know what, guys,
Can we just
we're
move it to
fixing the plumbing that day.
Sunday?
They're working on the
instead?
plumbing. We're gonna have to do it the weekend after. I can't be here for the plumbing.
Because I'm 2 hours away from San Francisco. I would go to see Tony Baxter talk about Indy for sure.
Yeah, we'll
it's
pay you
happening
gas
on.
money.
It's happening on
Yes.
April 4th.
And send you snacks if you want
Yeah.
for the road trip. I mean, just let me know.
April 4th at the Walt Disney Family Museum. I don't think tickets are on sale as of this recording. They go on sale for members earlier, and then whatever's left becomes available to the public. So if you really want to go, get yourself a membership, and then get your tickets. I don't know what the prices are or anything. Excuse me,
Oh,
but
it'll be worth it no matter what.
yeah, they do these the keep an eye out if you live anywhere near the Walt Disney Family Museum, keep an eye out on their calendar of their like speaker series and stuff, because they have people all the time, like monthly, if not more often, just giving talks on different things related to Disney, Walt, all kinds of different things. And it's really, they have great programming over there, especially for people that listen to this podcast would really be interested in the stuff they do. I just wish that this one was like a also we'll stream it online sort of thing, but I don't think it is.
I will
I'm
put a
on the
request
page of
out.
it right now.
Whoever goes,
Mm-hmm.
please ask if there's any news on when they're gonna spruce up the attraction or kind of bring it back to its glory of what it was. Something. Just
Right.
ask Tony.
Or if you go, just like, let us, send us a synopsis. Or if you want to come, if you go and you want to come on the show and talk about it,
yes.
send us a message, because I'd
We'll
like to hear
have questions.
what happened, how it went, etc., etc.
Yeah. So it doesn't look. I'm actually on the website right now.
Right.
It looks like $25 for members, 45 for adults, 40 for seniors, 35 youth, free for children under 5. You do have to register, but it does not look like they're gonna have like a stream available. It doesn't look like it's gonna be available.
They don't
to
really
view
do
after.
that. Yeah.
I wish they did, man.
Sadness.
If they
Even if it was,
streamed?
yeah, like I wish the Walt Disney Family Museum put more of their talks on like a stream or something.
I would pay.
Yep.
Seriously, I would pay
Yep.
full ticket price
Yep.
Yeah.
to just watch it like from home, because
Right.
you
Yep.
know, obviously
Exactly.
I'm in Southern California, so if I really wanted to, I could make the 8-hour drive,
Right.
to go to the museum. But I mean, to pay $45 and just
Right.
watch it on my TV, I would totally do that.
Like even just post facto. Like I don't. It can be afterwards. I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't have to watch
Exactly.
it live.
Yeah, if they have like a Q&A or something at the end that's specifically for the people that are members or for the people that were there in the audience,
Right.
they can eliminate that. Like,
Sure.
give us at least like the main portion of the talk, and then you
Right.
can have all the exclusive stuff for the people that were there, right? So
Right.
if you
Yep.
want to get more members and everything, but if somebody has a connection at the Walt Disney Family Museum, please pass this on. Tell them to stream these. Tell them to put them
Yeah.
online. For
Make
us
it
to watch
streamed
later.
for members. I'll become a member if they stream all this
Oh,
Right.
stuff.
Give
100%.
my money.
100%, I would do that. Yeah, I've been there, and I like that museum. It's good stuff.
It's
man.
great. I need to go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Hey, let's jump to another Imagineer for a second, because Joe Rohde made an announcement over on his Instagram that he was releasing a book. His new book is called Floating Islands.
Mountains.
Floating Mountains. Yes, The Art of Imagining the Impossible. That's what it's called. Thank you so much. And then he posted a couple of videos of himself inside of his library, and then he showed off his Disney Legend Award, which I want one of those.
I thought the comment on the video with the Legend Award was funny, because he was like, well, we were going to make a whole video on this thing, but the announcement came too early, so we had to do it really quick. And here's the video, like part of the video we were going to make.
Yeah, it's like we were going to do this PBS Classic Masterpiece Theater sort of thing. It's super funny. So yeah, I love it. I think this is just another great book that eventually you're going to want to have as part of your collection.
Right.
A lot of the Imagineer books are fantastic because, they talk a lot about their experiences, their process, how they, go through all of the motions. I'm trying to bring up an image here as we're talking about it. But it is available for purchase at this point. This is what the cover looks like. Again, it is called Floating Mountains, The Art of Imagining the Impossible. So, yeah, this is the latest book that I know it is now going to be coming to my shelf. The last one I got was Bob Weiss's Dream Chasing, which I've read about
It's on,
half.
yeah.
Which is a really good book, by the way. If you haven't had an opportunity to read Bob Weiss's book, also very good. It's Dream Chasing in conversation. Jeez, what's it called? There's a tagline to it. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, it's very good. Talks about his like 40 years at like Imagineering.
Dream Chasing, my 4 decades of success and failure with Walt Disney Imagineering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long
And Joe Rohde's book is currently available for pre-order. It releases on September 8th.
Oh, I thought it was out already.
No, you can pre-order it. $35, which is not a
okay.
bad price.
Yeah. It's actually pretty reasonable considering some
Yeah.
of the books that are released, but yeah.
320 pages.
So, but if Joe Rohde wants to send us a copy that we could preview so we could talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, Joe, you want to come on the podcast?
Come on the podcast, talk about your book, send us a copy so we can read it and discuss it with you. We're all for it.
It is cool though that it's on. So this is on something in his video he talked about, or is in the comment. It's published through National Geographic, as opposed to like Disney Publishing or whatever. It's through National Geographic because he said something along the lines of, it not only covers like his Imagineering like career, but also like his adventuring and exploring stuff, and so it is kind of all encompassing of like what has made him like able to do these things and what's influenced him and stuff like that, and all that more aligns with National Geographic, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. So available for pre-order now. September, what you said is going to be released?
September 9th.
8th.
All right.
9th.
Oh,
I
9th.
said 8th. The 9th. This
Just
now.
kidding.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. It said it'll be released on September 8th, but then this says delivery September 9th.
Got it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it released September 8th.
Well, I thought it was going to come to my bookshelf sooner than that, so I guess now I have to wait till September, but I'm sure it's going to be worth the wait.
Let's see if Barnes & Noble has a different date. September 8th. Same thing. Okay.
Barnes &
September
Noble is
8th.
going to have like 3 different versions, a gold edition and a
Yeah.
platinum edition. And
This
it's gonna
isn't the what's that called book
The
that
Book
you
of Bill.
had? The Book of
The
Bill.
Book of Bill. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's see. We have there's a couple other things I wanted to talk to you both about here. So there's a couple of announcements for Walt Disney World, since you know we'll tie it in with Joe Rohde here and some Disney World stuff that he did there with Avatar Land. So 2 big announcements. The first one was Josh D'Amaro announced that he wanted to kind of go back to the drawing board as far as the Villains Land that had been announced at D23. I had some bullet points here to talk about here, but basically the planned Villains Land is now reportedly being redesigned to be less scary and more family friendly than we had originally been told it was going to be. I think the original quote was that it was going to be a fearless new version for what a Disney experience can be, and it looks like that's going to get toned down a little bit. What have you both heard so far? I have some bullet points to talk about, but what have you heard and what are your thoughts so far about this reimagining that's seemingly now happening for the Villains area?
I haven't heard anything, but I do not like that it has to be toned down. This was the one thing that we've been waiting for is a villains park, because they're villains. They're supposed to be scary. What? Oh, sorry. It's like, why are you giving me Maleficent live action vibes here? Like, why? Why do they have to be nice? Why do they have to be singing Kumbaya? No. Give us villains.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I've been
okay.
yeah. Go ahead. I've been trying to like read, like find the like exact wordage on what has been said, just to
I can help you out a little bit because I had I don't know. There's a lot of these articles floating around. Obviously, the one I read
Right.
was over on Gizmodo.com. A couple of the things that I had jotted down from that article is that, and this is really the big one, right? Is that the Maleficent themed roller coaster that was originally planned is
Mm-hmm.
now going to be a less intense attraction that
Boo.
some people are comparing to Slinky Dog Dash. So instead of this like big, like super big roller coaster, now it's going to be, less thrilling per se. And it's going to have a new theme. It's going to be Emperor's New Groove. So, first of all, kind of dig that Emperor's New Groove is getting some
That's
love because
cool.
we
I
rarely
agree.
see that. And I think there's a very famous line that I think you can use as part of the roller coaster. I'm just saying. But
Mm-hmm.
it is going to be a more kid friendly attraction at this point. And from
Which
what
is
I
fine
remember,
by me because I'm a chicken
eh, I mean,
and I like the
Sorry,
Emperor's
don't
New
mean to
Groove.
laugh.
I, you know, I originally was super excited because, like Mel said, this was going to be a much more adult themed area. And the fact that it was going to be going head to head with what Dark Universe was doing over at Universal, that I think was like the new, it was kind of this like surge of what Disney doesn't have, that was
Yep.
going to be injected into the park. And so I kind of understand why they're making the change. They're shifting the Maleficent roller coaster into like a dark ride similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. So now it's going to be a water ride. And I kind of get it, right? Because in Florida, the weather's like super unpredictable. And if you're on a roller coaster, more than likely you're going to have to shut it down if it's raining or if the weather just isn't doing very well. Whereas a dark ride can be open at any time. And dark rides, such as Pirates, are people eaters. And so, of
Yeah.
course, you're going to be able to have a bunch of people going through. You're not going to have them out in the rain. Whereas if it was the coaster, you're probably going to have to shut it down, right? So, I get it. It could have also been an indoor coaster. You could have done something similar to the Tron Light Cycle and kind of have like indoor situation going on. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get it. I just don't know if I like it.
So, what the quote was that Josh Tomorrow said supposedly was, this is from Len Test. It says, "I'm hearing the initial plans for Villain Lands have been scrapped. Imagineers have been told to think bigger, bolder ideas. Budget secondary," which is a good thing to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
and hopefully this Maleficent water ride is, you say pirates, I'm hoping Shanghai Pirates.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
if it's this big crazy whatever, I'm hoping the Emperor's New Groove coaster, even though it's a family one, is indoors, and so you pull the lever and maybe the track tilts and you drop down, but then it goes inside, a bunch of all
I would
Yzma's
love
fun
that.
cool stuff. Like stuff like that, that's a little intense, but not nearly as intense as like something like California Screaming or Expedition Everest or something like
Yeah.
that. The other things that are listed on the speculation are a Ursula spinner, like Dumbo kind of ride,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, and then a Hades dinner theater show.
Yeah.
So we'll see dinner
Which
theater
is supposed
shows.
to be like the Golden Horseshoe sort of thing, but with villains, right?
Yeah, or like the Hoop Dee Doo Review, or like a
Yeah.
couple of different, like a lot of different dinner show things, but those always seem to get cut. Like we were supposed to get something similar to that in Galaxy's Edge that got cut. And it's always a thing that people love, and then operations goes, we don't want to pay actors, and so they don't put them in there.
But
Um,
hey, but hey, you got French fries.
French fries. We got everywhere you go, you can get French fries. The land will start out with 3 restaurants that are all good, and then slowly they'll all just become fried chicken,
The French Fry
hamburgers,
Palace.
and French fries.
French fry
Um,
palace.
I'm hoping for the best with this change, especially that they're saying like budget is secondary. Somebody went through and um, they compared the permit filings from the original to the current one, and three of the four buildings, or three of the five buildings, have grown in size. So the big e-ticket attraction grew from 83,000 square feet to 94,000 square feet.
I like that.
The second building grew from 55,000 square feet to 65,000 square feet.
That's good.
There's a third building that went from 16,000 square feet to 12,000 square feet, which, in all things considered, it's a very small building to begin with.
Yeah.
And then another one, which people are assuming is a train station, went from 8,500 square feet to 9,300 square feet. And then this other building, which I think might be bathrooms or something else, or it could just be a backstage building. It's this building that people are like, why are they building a building next to the Haunted Mansion? People keep thinking it's related to the Haunted Mansion, but it's probably Village Land. It went from 5,800 square feet to 4,000 square feet.
Oh, that's where they're going to sell the French fries.
That's the French fry stand, yeah. So, I'm excited to have an Emperor's New Groove thing. I think that's a real pander to the millennials, but it'll get people excited. So, hey,
the great thing as well, sorry to jump in on that one, but not just the pandering to the millennials, but it gives us some hope that they could do another film or another like cartoon project or something with Emperor's New Groove to get more people familiar with the property if they're going to have an entire attraction, that calls
and hey,
back
well,
to the
maybe
characters.
we'll get at least meet Yzma Kronk or something or whatever in Villains Land, meet and greet things. It'll be interesting how they'll do, like, I'm sure they're going to do some sort of meet and greet things. I'm curious how that's going to go. I wonder if they're going to look at the Monsters Land in Epic Universe and do some kind of hopefully dark and spooky things, and maybe like Chernobog and fire and who knows what. But I'm hoping for a lot here. I'm hoping that it's family friendly, but still cool and spectacular and a little intense. Like, it can be a little intense for kids, but like kids, a lot of the time kids like scary. They like to be scared or tested a little bit, and that you need coming from a scared kid that's still scared, like, sometimes you just need that thing, and it's something to like grow into.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared at 7, but maybe at 9 I'm good or whatever.
And you can
or
grow
at 23.
Into it. Yeah, and you can grow into it, and you never know when you're going to call back to it, because in your soul you know that when you're on the road and you see that semi truck with all those logs in front of you, you just know it's like, is this it? You know. Those
you
of
just
you
merge on to
listening or
the
watching,
next lane, you're like, nope.
You know what I'm talking about. So this Maleficent dark ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when they started talking about, when I started reading about what they were going to convert it over. Like, in my head, I started mapping out, obviously, like a water ride and like pirates and stuff. And there's like one scene that I remember thinking, like, all right, if this is going to have to be an indoor attraction, this better not be a copy and paste of what Maelstrom used to be, what now Frozen is.
Right.
This has to be like a whole thing. And in my head, I do imagine large screens very similar to what they have in Shanghai for pirates, like really playing up the story. But there's this one scene in particular that I started mapping out where, as the boat is coming, it's coming to this dark area, and you see Maleficent like casting some kind of spell or something, and the very same way, not the same way, obviously, because the scale is going to be much different, but kind of the same Pepper's Ghost effect that they use for the Beast and for the Prince in the Beauty and the Beast attraction. I want there to be some kind of Maleficent animatronic where she's casting a spell, and she kind of like disappears into a swirl, like a green swirl, like a whirlwind
Mm-hmm.
or something. And then all the lights come on, and what you're seeing is this like 15 to 20 foot high maleficent dragon just breathing fire in front of you. It's basically everything from the waist up that you would see in Phantasmic, but right in front of you in this dark ride. And the your boat is passing right by, and it gets all hot because the fire's like it would be great.
And we could
That's
do
what I'm
heat because Mr. Toads exists.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to
So-
hell in that one, so it's fine.
Hey, for
I did
reals.
look up. I was just curious. The Shanghai Pirates attraction is 175,000 square feet.
So we're a little short on that.
We're at
but-
94,000, so we're
Yeah.
just a little less than half, a little more than half.
Okay, so no drops.
Hey, but look,
Um,
Joshy already said that money's not an object.
but
so if
maybe
we just
some of
add-
that, the line is outside, and that's
Yeah.
why.
Maybe.
So-
Yeah, maybe you dig down. Maybe you go
Right.
further.
Yeah, maybe
into
it's
the swamp.
multi-stories, so the square footage is only the footprint, not the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
So
Here's
anyway,
hoping. I hope so.
Imagineering, there's an idea for you. Go run with it. You can
I
have it.
mean,
I don't think you
You
can dig
can't-
down in Florida. That's kind of why they built it up.
Right. Those are the secret tunnels.
Yeah. Secret
you
tunnels.
can't have a Maleficent attraction and then just have do
Cardboard
it.
cutout of Maleficent.
You just can't. You
Eh.
just can't. Like, it's gonna be grand. I'm curious if we'll hear more about it, at the expo or anything like that.
We there's gotta be some
Yeah.
more detailed concept art. They can't string us along. I mean, they can. I guess they can do whatever they want.
That's true. They totally can.
But please don't.
Yeah. Tell us more. I'm sure D23 Expo is when we're going to get a lot more of that. But
Right, because they don't even have like an opening date. I think some people are speculating 2029 or 2030 for
Yeah.
those to
Eh.
open.
But hey, if they're adding half of a dragon in there that breathes fire, it's fine.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
better that than
I
Avatar
will fly
Land,
back to
so
Florida.
I'm gonna be so old when all these things
You
open up.
shut up.
You're less likely to ride it. Because it's going to be so scary.
I'll be
All right.
38.
You're a baby.
You stop.
All right. Well, there's one more thing. Since we're talking about Walt Disney World, there was another announcement this week that I remember seeing this. And here, actually, I'm going to bring this up real quick. This is the image of the Animation Academy. Essentially, it's going to be a new show at Hollywood Studios. It's coming to the Magic of Disney Animation Studios. It's going to be called Olaf Draws, and it's going to be an animatronic Olaf. And I believe, from what I understand, there's going to be a screen with seasoned animators that are going to be kind of bouncing back and forth with Olaf as Olaf learns to draw. And you're kind of like sitting there learning to draw, not from a real person. You're going to be drawing like Olaf is basically going to be teaching you. Alongside this, they released this video with Josh Gad. Let me quickly play that, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. Oh, let me add some.
Olaf? How to draw Olaf? Wow, we are way beyond the looking glass here, people.
Oh, hi. I'm Josh Gad, voice of Olaf from Frozen. I'm currently having a blast recording for Olaf Draws, the new Animation Academy experience coming to the Magic of Disney Animation at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I am so excited for kids and adults alike to have a chance to actually sit down and try their hand at animation. Guess we'll get to interact with a real life, living, breathing Olaf. And they put a script in front of me and let me go nuts.
I want to see all your Mickey Mouses, Mickey Mices, Mickey Mice.
Mostly there's a lot of fun. And hopefully that fun translates to a real blast for the audience this coming summer and experience this incredible new attraction for the first time.
The guy who
All right,
drew
so go back to this again. So before I say anything else, Your thoughts on this show that's coming to Walt Disney World?
Um, I see positives and negatives. So I didn't understand when we were talking about it in text. I was probably just like an off day, thinking that it was going to be Olaf doing this. But knowing that there's going to be a cast member actually drawing, it's pretty cool. Um, the only thing I guess I worry too much. That's what it is. Because new animatronics have a history of sometimes just not working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's going to be interesting if it just doesn't and you just go on with the drawing aspect of it. That's the only thing I'm just worried about. Why am I worried about? I don't know. But like I said, stuff's going to happen. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. At first I thought it was going to be like the cast member was just not going to be in there doing their thing. But I don't know. I'm curious. It looks like it's gonna be fun, but I'm really curious to see how it ends up in the end.
Yeah, I was confused on a couple of different things on this, and then I'm reading more on the different things because originally it seemed like it was Olaf and a cast member, and now it seems like on other reporting it's Olaf and an animator on a screen
And a video,
where you're just following along a video, and so there are no cast member artists live in the room. And what these look like, because people are reporting like who it's gonna be. On Disney Plus? I think they're still there. That the like how to draw videos that are on. That's just those.
No way.
It's just those. Like it's
'Cause I'm-
Eric Goldberg as doing Genie. Like
It was called Sketchbook.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're bringing that up because that was going to be part of my argument here.
It's just those, and they turned it into a show. And
Can
like
just
I
take
could,
my comment and just go. Just throw it away?
well, and that's where it was like it was so confusing. And I mean, they're trying to cut down on costs of not having cast members, but that's not a good thing at this point. Come on, Disney, do better. Like, this could have easily been, instead of animators, it could have been Olaf at one desk, the cast member at the other desk. The cast member is trained to say certain things that then trigger Olaf to say certain things or whatever. And so I'm sure this is going to be like a cool thing to watch, but you don't have that human experience in the room the way you do with how we have it currently in California Adventure in the Animation Academy. Geez, I can't talk today. And it looks like it was called the Animation Experience in Animal Kingdom, and that has closed, I guess, in preparation for this attraction.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, I'm glad you brought up the Sketchbook series. Now, on Disney Plus, Sketchbook was actually a documentary. It wasn't like just these quick how to draw videos or anything. It was actually a documentary for Disney Animation Studios. However, it was the first thing that came to mind, and I remember when I sent this over in our text chain. I remember posting the link to the video and just saying like, I don't like this.
Right.
Because so many things just kind of came piling in, right? Because the first thing that I thought of was, well, about a month or so ago, we saw that they started testing the Olaf animatronic. It has some AI components to it. It was able to
walk
respond to people.
around.
It was walking around, right? And I thought, oh, well, maybe that was the testing that we saw, similar to what they've done in Galaxy's Edge with some of the droids and stuff walking around. They become other things in the parks, right? Like, not everything being tested becomes the thing that it's being tested as. Sometimes it's the technology that they're testing that will be enhanced and become part of something else. And so I remember the Olaf that was walking around, and I thought, oh, well, maybe they're testing the AI, right? Maybe this is the way for them to sit with like a cast member, bounce back and forth. They're getting Josh Gad to record a whole bunch of stuff because they're training the Olaf model to speak like Josh Gad as Olaf, and then they're just going to bounce back and forth with a cast member. And then I saw that it's going to be these videos very similar to the sketchbook series. They seem to be shot the same way. Maybe they just use footage from the series.
I think it's shot at the same time or something.
Right. And so, Mel, you brought up a good point when you were talking about it, that, you know, what happens when it breaks down, right? Like, what happens? Is the show just done? Are they going to bring out a cast member? Is there going to be a B mode where the video converts from bouncing back and forth with Olaf to 100% the animator on screen is showing you how to draw?
With a blanket over Olaf.
Either way, if it's not like a human teaching you how to do this,
Right.
they're eliminating that position for a cast member. Right. So all of a sudden it's just become a video.
Sit in a room, watch a video.
You can watch. Yeah, exactly. And so that's the thing that worried me. That's why I said I don't like this, because it feels like they're really just trying to get rid of the animators, the cast members that are sitting there. And I've met so many talented artists and animators that do these on Main Street. I one of the things I loved doing was walking into the gallery, going into the back room, and just watching one of the artists sit there and sketch and draw and just make these things, you know, that you can buy later on. And so all of these talented artists, which I would like to think at some point went on to work at Disney Animation or at Pixar or at any of the studios doing some kind of project, doing something with everything that they learned from this experience, right? But I feel like we're going to lose that. And it just feels, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that they're using technology to just get rid of people this way. Like,
AI's coming for our jobs,
right?
Well, here's the sad part. So you know how you see the desk, and you know how there's always that desk that the cast member or the animator would draw, you know, the characters, right? I was really fortunately lucky enough at the time to get on that stage when the show was over, because I had friends who were animators and they were teaching shows and stuff. And to know that, like, on that desk, every paper that you saw in the little cubbies or whatever, they were actual drawings from them that they would just put in there. And it's like things like that, now knowing what's happening with that, there's not going to be a cast member, it's like there's not going to be a human, that really sucks.
Yeah,
because that was the whole charm of it, is having to hear from person that actually is drawing it. Like, that was the whole thing. Scratch and erase all my positive pros points out the window.
And just to add to what you just said, the experience going back to do this over and over, like, even if you drew the same character, is very similar to like the Jungle Cruise experience, where the person animating put a little bit of themselves into the presentation and had a couple of different lines, and, you know, it was their personality coming through as part of the show. And now it's just gonna be the same thing. Like, if it's anything like what Star Tours does to me, I'm gonna get the same one every time.
Well, at least at the Animation Academy, you do know they have the little schedule where it's like, you go Genie, now you do Mickey Mouse. But the problem with this is, I mean, I guess they could update it, but right now it looks like there's like 10 different ones where, like, at the end they change it up all the time. New character come out, we're drawing Spidey and his amazing friends, and we're drawing Bluey, and we're drawing whoever. It's like, nope, you get like 10 things and there you go. I have a feeling that this may be popular with young kids for a while, but I think it's going to lose its, like, how at Disneyland, I don't know if how the one in Animal Kingdom compares to the one at Disneyland, but the one at Disneyland is wildly popular. Like there's always a line, it's always packed, and people want to sit there and watch the people draw. I'm sure part of it is because you get a cushy seat in the air conditioning for a little while, but still, people want to do this. And if they then change this in Disneyland to Olaf draws, I don't know how popular it would continue to be.
Right. And how are they
and
gonna,
it might be a worse investment.
Yeah.
how are they gonna present? One of the best parts too is that you got to see trailers, like if you didn't see them, and they would show a clip of whatever was coming up. There's things like that that's gonna be missing.
Yeah.
Trailer? What do you mean to show trailers?
Yeah, well,
In
it's
the
been
large-
a while
in
since
the
I've done
large
it,
room.
but
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about in the line, the queue area?
no, before you would draw. If
Oh,
there
they
was a
stopped
movie-
doing
Oh.
that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
jeez.
big. Are you talking about that big screen or whatever where they normally have, like
Yeah.
where you can see the draw? It's just blank. I've done it a couple times over the
Ooh.
past couple of years, and it's just kind of nothing.
Meh.
They
Oh,
usher you in, they usher you out.
I guess I forgot.
But
I
it's
thought you were talking about the big room next
Oh.
to it.
yeah, but it's the biggest issue here is the company's mindset on employees, on cast members. Like especially these animators and different employees, different levels of cast members, and we've known some, and the cast members like dedicate their lives to this place. Like this is their, like, they believe in the magic that
Yep.
Disney is trying to sell. And then what does Disney do but rip the rug out from under them and say, sorry, go in a different direction. Thanks for your dedication, and making us a bunch of money. But we don't see that you are necessary anymore. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Sorry,
part.
sorry, you cared too much or whatever it is. Like, that's the worst part of all of this. It's not that the bad part isn't that they made a Olaf animatronic. That's great. Make an animatronic all you want. Don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But when you're taking these jobs away from folks that have like a very specialized skill, one, and two, dedicating their livelihood and their lives to making you money in the long run, and then you just eliminate that position for a robot, that's the part that is bad.
Yeah.
Like, we're all for here. We love technology. We love animatronics and robots and all that stuff. But that is not what makes the parks. If you do not have these cast members that care, it doesn't matter. Like, going there, if Six Flags had Indiana Jones and Space Mountain, it would not be the same thing.
Right.
People would not be going. And I know we all know this, but I'm saying this because I'm on a rant now. And we've talked about it, and we've known people that have experienced what has gone on in the company as of late, and all we can do is hope that something changes in the world where we start realizing the value of people over the value of money, over the value of saving money, of the value of robots and whatever. Like, I would rather pay the 5 more pennies in my, whatever to keep that cast member than not. Like, you're already charging me out the ears anyway. What's another 10 cents on the French fries? What's another, 50 cents on a t-shirt at this point? Yeah. Like, if you can keep the people there, that the actors, the cast members, the managers, the crew, the janitors, the everybody that's there, that, the cooks and just everybody that's there in creates in their own way the experience that you have in the parks. And even if you do not see it with your eyes, all those people create that environment for you to be in. And I'm just saying the same thing now, but we all know that this is a Procast member podcast, and we love you out there, and we're sticking up for you, and you know, we love you, babies.
But you know, when I think of the experiences, you know, just really to add to what you're both saying, I met so many amazing artists walking into the gallery or just sticking around from doing the Animation Academy, where I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast, but when I was little, I used to draw a lot. Like drawing was just one of my favorite things to do, and I would draw these giant posters for people, and it was one of my favorite pastimes, and I think it was really the first time that I started really thinking about going into animation or doing anything of that sort. Like, I remember the very first full like scale poster that I made was the Little Mermaid poster. I redrew the entire thing, and I think I made it for my aunt, and I don't know if she still has it, but I remember thinking at the time, you know, maybe animation is something that I want to do. And ultimately, when I went to school, I learned animation and the techniques, and I was learning from these Disney animators that were at Cal State Fullerton teaching. They worked at Disney, you know, as animators, and I learned a lot from them. And I remember at that point kind of converting, thinking, well, you know, this was kind of the when 3D animation started to become a thing, and I really wanted to work at Pixar, and if I couldn't, I maybe work at DreamWorks, sort of thing. And talking to the people that I met in the parks, I would walk up to them, I would see what they were drawing, and anytime I would ask them, like, hey, you know, I'm having trouble drawing eyes. How do you draw eyes? You know, they would sit there and they would take another little piece of paper and quickly draw and be like, well, this is how I do it. This is how I started. They would have this conversation with you. You can't do that with an Olaf animatronic. You can't do that with a video on screen. You can't stick around and, you know, learn from an experience or connect with somebody about this thing or this technique or something that you ultimately may want to do. But I wonder if this is also just kind of a sign of, you know, we were talking several weeks ago, we were talking about the things that we're losing in the parks, right? The things that are, maybe it was from when we were talking about the Leslie Iwerks' latest documentary, the Disneyland handcrafted thing, that we're losing a lot of the handcrafted things in the parks.
Handcrafted tater tots, handcrafted film strip fries,
exactly.
hand crinkle cup fries.
Like I think of the things that Disney Animation and that Pixar and these studios are producing. The last two films that we got that I can recall that were fully drawn were Princess and the Frog, and then Winnie the Pooh a couple years later.
Winnie the Pooh was the last hand-drawn animation.
Yep.
And that was like, what, almost 20 years ago at this point?
2000.
No.
Like 2009, 2010?
Was it 11 was Winnie the Pooh?
Like Princess and the Frog was 2009.
Princess and the Frog was 2009.
Oh,
2011 was the Winnie the Pooh.
So a couple years later was Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
That's a long time to go without hand-drawn animation as something that established the studio and the company.
Right.
Everything's been 3D, and so I wonder if this is kind of that shift. But then it makes me wonder, like, if they ever go to this, like, even if you are a 3D artist, knowing the techniques, knowing how to do, you know, a squash properly or a squash and stretch, you know, there's a reason why the Illusion of Life book was or is so revered by animation, by anybody that does animation or anybody that does drawing, is because you learn so many of those techniques that ultimately get applied to 3D animation so that it looks realistic. At some point, I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of AI that does it, and you'll only have to teach them once or whatever. But The heart that the people bring, I think, is what we're all just kind of in sync here, saying that this is what you're losing, right? Not having a real person doing this as part of the show. And again, Olaf's super cool, right? Like I feel like this Olaf should have been like a pre-show thing. Like they should have left the full cast member, or have a real life cast member bouncing back and forth, not a video. Or maybe Olaf was like in the queue while there was already a class going on. Like he's in the queue. It's like, look, I'm learning to draw too. You know,
I mean,
like
or if it was like something like Turtle Talk with Crush, where there's another cast member that's controlling the animatronic, that is doing the voice and can't interact with the animator and whatever, and give little quips and give little whatever. Something like that, where you still have the people doing the things, and it gives that connection, and that also doing a like a puppeteered sort of thing basically gives so much more spontaneity and life to a character than just a pre-recorded Josh Gad doing 100 lines in a booth and choosing between the two. Because it's just going to be... Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Melissa.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish yours.
I was just going to say, it's just going to be synced with the video. And if you do it 3 times, you could probably recite it by the time you're done.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to get the same one every single time.
There you go.
One idea that just popped up was, yes, Olaf is going to be there. He's going to be really cool. I've got nothing against the technology, but the show aspect of, what if kids are trying to say hi to it and it doesn't reply back?
Right.
Because you could see the young ones doing that. And it's like, if you have that show, I mean, yes, granted, there's other shows that have that, but it just...
And is the curtain just gonna close? Is that like
I don't know.
Throw a blanket over Olaf?
He's just gonna
everybody
go,
walk on it,
and he's just gonna
everybody walk on. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic.
I mean, look, I hope that a lot of the things that we're bringing up right now are at some point being brought up at Imagineering, and somebody's thinking about these things. I hope that there is somebody, like, even if it is somebody in the back, like you said, Andrew, like with Turtle Talk, it's still a cast member that's doing it, right? So at least you're not fully losing that interaction. I'm sure that they can train like some voice modulation things, so that if Josh Gad records enough lines, they can train it so that when they talk, it sounds like Olaf coming on the other side. But again, I hope that they've thought about all this. Like Andrew said, we're very pro cast member here, because we've said it before, but the cast members are the magic of the parks, regardless of what anybody says. I know the company is really into the profits thing. I get it. Everybody wants to make money, but when you think of all the changes that have happened over the past, I'm going to say decade at this point, a lot of them have not been positive changes. We've seen them, we've talked about them, we've complained about them, we've ranted about a lot of them. Yep. And if this is going to be a trend where they're going to be getting rid of cast members more and more for these types of experiences, it doesn't feel like it's a good decision at this point. But again, hopefully they take some of these things into consideration. If you know someone at Imagineering, send them this segment.
Send them my rant.
We'll give them all the ideas. They can use my Maleficent idea, so that it's like, this giant dragon breathing fire, all that stuff. You can have it for free. Just give us a
bucket of French fries. You can have that idea too.
Yes, and while you're at it, a bucket of barbecue to go with my bucket of French fries. All right, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We'd love to hear from all of you listening or watching this on YouTube. How do you feel about this new show with Olaf? How do you feel about the villains announcement? Anything that we talked about in this episode? Leave us a comment, join the conversation. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and let's go from there. So, Andrew, show us your shirt before we wrap up.
I got shirt. I did Dole Whip last week. I bought this around the same time, a churros shirt. It says warm, crispy, crunchy churros, Frontierland, and it's got a cowboy guy, but instead of a gun, he's got a churro.
As it should be.
in his holster. It says Frontierland. And
Churro the
Disneyland.
Kid.
Churro the Kid. I think they sold this and the Dole Whip shirt around the same time. I think these are like 2013, 14 era shirts.
That's awesome.
If I remember correctly.
That's awesome.
But yeah, churro shirt. It's like a burnt orange color.
I love it. Hey, do we have a quizzing line coming up this week?
Quizzland, yes. I haven't written it yet, but it'll be coming out. I'm gonna record it this weekend, and it's gonna be out. I might be doing something on. I was looking at some information today about some furniture.
Oh.
Also some old Disneyland hotel and adjacent restaurants. So there might be some interesting stuff coming up there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Make sure that you're following Mel over on Instagram. The Odd Mouse Shop, SHOPPE. So Odd Mouse Shop P. That way you know all of the stuff that Mel is making for CritterCon. She'll also post information for CritterCon as it's coming up, right, Mel? So make sure to follow Mel on Instagram and Threads. Mel loves Threads. Hang out with her over there as well. I love
Threads.
And that's it. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.